Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy Spanish John here, and welcome to season 2 of Steam Deck Saturday Will It Run? Thank you for the round of applause. And, well, this one, I don't know if it's going to be short or long, to be honest. I never really script this. I just have a vague idea of what I'm going to do. But I will say, we're going to start episode 1 of season 2 a little bit slower. So, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and try The Hunter, Call of the Wild. How have y'all been? It's been a while. I have been better. My trip, I don't know if I mentioned it in the last video, was bittersweet is the best way to describe everything. But on forward we go. And for the haters out there, yes, I understand it's not Saturday, but it's the first episode of season 2. Got promoted to prime time on Sunday, baby. Let's do it. Well, as you can see so far, everything's working fine. Intro videos work fine. The use of the gamepad works from the get-go, or at least the D-pad so far. Why? Why? I'll cut this out for you guys, maybe. Sure, why not? We're gonna skip this for now. There we go. Oh, yeah, forgot to throw my stats up for you guys. Boom. Alright. Everything's good so far, other than screen resolution, apparently. Holy hell. What happened here? I'm gonna leave it off for now. Custom, medium, and high. With an ultra texture pack thrown in there. And hey, you know what? This could be game saver. We're on 2.1 now though, so and again, this isn't even the most up to date version of this game. Well, I guess in terms of DLC. Well, alright. If you say so, buddy. Sure, it's been a while since I played this on PC. Ooh, and right away this thing is slower and is doable. I'm sure you probably gain an extra 5 to 10 frames not outputting it to a display as well. It's fluid enough. Alright, so since we're going to focus only on one game, we'll figure out the friggin' menus, to be honest. Alright, so with that minor change we did, ain't really doing much. So, let's enact extreme measures. Actually, before we do that, let's try that. Ooh, I don't like it. Temporal is. I know a lot of people hate it, but it is necessary. My honest opinion. Let's try ultra quality first, see what happens. I mean, honestly, it's not terrible. Wow, we actually like lost performance. Like, what the hell? Like, we literally did lose performance just now, just from dropping that. Probably not exactly how that works, realistically speaking, but it's hilarious to think about. Okay, so let's go to balance. This is really what we want to do. And immediately we're doing much better. Not a whole lot more, a few more frames, but looks like 40 is becoming a lot more realistic. And this is at 720p, so roughly which we'll be playing at in handheld mode. It's funny. So, what you guys see as like a minor screen tear, on my end, it's either the capture card or the cable failing. It like blacks out for that blip of a second. But yeah, I'd say this is not bad. Look at that. Our FPS climbed up higher. This is with FSR enabled within the game. I had a frame rate limit apparently, but let's throw on double FSR, see what happens. Obviously, that tanked FPS pretty heavily, but the game did get much sharper. It's also sharpness 5. Let's drop it to about 3. Yeah. Not what I meant to do every time. It's been a while. I'm a little rusty, guys. Sorry. But it ain't doing much. Drop it down to 1. Becomes a lot more subtle in the sharpness. In my opinion, it actually looks better. But it does nothing for your FPS. That's just linear here. Oh, oh. When did we turn on our flashlight? That's not good. Alright, you see? It just black screened on my end again and it just stuttered for you guys. Oh, there it does it again. Honestly, I think it's the capture card. Well, at the same time, we are pretty toasty here. We are pushing this to its limits. So we can set the cap back on. We can do that. Alright, so the game is still running toasty, but it looks like it's balancing out below 90, finally. Especially on the GPU. So what do I say to this? To this, I gotta say, well, very demanding game. Maybe dropping everything off to medium while keeping a balanced FSR will do you good. It immediately becomes a 60 FPS experience, as you can tell. So, obviously not as good looking. The APU in here is still putting in a lot of work. GPU is mostly pegged up there, so that's a good sign though. And in general, it's below 90. AMD chips can run hotter, and in general consensus is that they do. Oh, look, I found how to turn off the flashlight. my opinion, does. This looks horrendous. So, we'll put that back up to ultra, at the very least. And it's still holding up. And we're getting this weird little shimmer right now, but it's holding up. Definitely a playable experience now. And well, it's only going to be a one game. I don't want to say per episode, but for now, for the start of the season, we're going to do something a little different this time. We're going to change the default resolution of this. By doing that, it should launch at least at 1080p now on my monitor. And we'll go through a few bits of settings, walk around the scenery. We all know that this game is pretty realistic in the hunting aspect, so we're realistic and probably won't run into an animal, and if we do, I suck, guys. This is more about me testing the game, more so than me playing the game. But immediately we started, I guess the intro's locked at 30 before you get into the menus, which become 60. Huh. You see? So that trick does work. I didn't realize that we're at 60 FOV. We're gonna kick it off with medium settings. Now, medium settings by default gives you high water quality and ultra textures. SSAO is off. And to start off, we're going to turn off FSR. I believe that's it. And immediately, this is a much better looking game on an external monitor. Obviously, FPS is taking a hit. And immediately, the CPU is getting toasty. But besides that, not terrible. So, let's tweak the settings now. First, we'll do CF, we'll be back down to 60. Less things on screen. There's less things surrender with TAA. Fortunately, that did nothing for us. Especially in these heavy, brushery, tracky scene. very old dung droppings. Okay. So then, that's not going to help anything. But before I turned on the balance mode, it does make it better, sadly. I normally hate SSAO, but in this game it actually helps make it feel more lively. And as you can see, this now became a much better experience with FSR. Running closer to 60, more like 50, but remember you can set a custom cap through here. I believe it's dug now into more menus, but it is possible. That's how you unlock that sweet 40 FPS mode, which right now I'm gonna brand this as one of those games that you might want to cap to 40 FPS, realistically speaking. Oh, shit. This is alright, alright. Let's see how bad that hurts us. FPS on average. At the cost of some better visuals. Not bad. And we're climbing up here to higher numbers, so this will benefit from a manual cap 100%. Gotta get out of these bushes. In general, this game works. I say it's very playable. You're gonna have to obviously curb that, but it is very playable. Now, before I give you a final send off, this is a 4K monitor. Why the fuck not? Let's do it. I expect things to go horribly wrong, but we'll see. We'll see. So we're gonna unlock the frame rate here. I'm gonna remove half rate shading. Forgot that was on the entire time. But hey, game didn't look bad without it, so everything is good. Skip. Let it throw us in. And now we're in here. Here's when we have fun. Now, as always, we're gonna start at medium. Actually, because it's a Steam Deck. I'll be nice to it and I'll start at low. Now, texture resolution is still ultra. Some things are set to medium by default. And yeah, let's jump right in. Immediately, this is terrible. It's not even 30 FPS. And this is just the start area. We haven't gotten out there to the wild. Let's try to remedy this situation here. Okay, and FSR was on, guys. This means this is gonna be super terrible with it off. Oh yeah. Oh my god. It's hurting. It's hurting. Listen, shadows are always the first thing to go. Fortunately, we're gonna have to pick performance here and see what we can do. And by doing so, well, we're still running very toasty, unfortunately. But it becomes closer to a 30 FPS experience. Let's see. If we have free shade, put a 60 FPS cap, anything? Not really. And in fact, we're introducing those stutters now at half rate. And out of curiosity, double FSR. And it cleans up the image well. But this is a huge hit. Alright, final attempt here. Drop everything down a low. We'll keep textures at medium. We'll drop. Whoa. Either fog or off or fog medium. We'll leave it. Yeah, you need FSR here. And I don't mean this one either. I mean the one in the game. Without it, this is unplayable at 4K. And it needs every performance to get the most out of this. So for some reason, you really want to play this at 4K. Best you're gonna do is log in this to 30, which we'll do that right now. And even then, you'll experience some drops. But your frame timing is pretty decent. It's on point,
You know,
33.
I spotted some tracks earlier, close to where you're at right now. I'll send the coordinates.
Half-rate shading looks like it'll still be your friend, but you don't necessarily need it. You will experience a lot of popping though. But you're doing it. You're theoretically doing it. No, and you're running toasty. You're running very, very toasty. But this has been Will It Run? And to answer your question, yes, it runs just fine. You know, preferably in handheld mode, but it is more than doable on a desktop monitor. And I probably wouldn't go past the 1080p. As you can see, it is failing horribly at a 4K. And right before signing off here, we're going to go up to a 1440p. And holy moly, this is, well, I mean, we're in low, but this is not a bad deal. It's moving down, balance things around. So medium's a little heavy, but still doable. But clearly, if you put it in low, it's going to be perfect. Hey. And low is honestly not that bad for this game, considering it prioritizes textures and stuff. So 1440p definitely doable. 1080p 100%. No reason handheld mode should suck.
I noticed you're after moose. Tough animals, I tell ya. Be sure to bring the right
I thought I
caliber
got him,
weapon
but
to bring them down.
that poor old boy
And while
bleeding
their
out.
eyesight ain't too good, their
And
smell
this
is.
is your boy
So
saying,
keep
I'm
your
headed
scent,
out.
the wind in mind.
Deuces. Hey guys, sorry to bump here at the end, but just wanted to say that after immediately starting editing the video for you guys, I was very curious as how it would actually perform in handheld mode. Mostly because I don't have my tripod ready to be able to properly record this for you guys, but I have found that, yeah, roughly about the same performance as you saw in the beginning. Obviously lowering quality from ultra to medium gives you that 40 FPS experience we talked about. Or if you turn on FSR and mess around with a little bit of stuff, you can get pretty much 60 locked. Of course, you're going to be at a mix of medium settings. Obviously, you know, terrain always stays at ultra per game files unless you change it. But it's very doable. So, for those of you who need to get your hunting fix on the go, you're just going to need about 70 gigs of space. Because as you can tell by this picture that I threw up here, I'm pretty positive the one that I have is the 2019 edition. They have kept updating this game like year after year. It's actually really great. And while I'm not that big in hunting, I do enjoy it from time to time, which is obviously why I have this game. And that's all I had for you guys. That's the extra. Thanks for tuning in. Might as well do it here while I'm here. If you haven't subscribed already, please do and hit that thumbs up doodle.